Welcome back, friends. Mark Peotter here. Today I have a difficult project to attack. I am going to try to improve the intonation of my classical acoustic guitar. I am not a professional luthier. I'm just a musician. So let's get started and see what happens together. This is the guitar that I'm going to try to improve the intonation on it by moving the nut. I know, it's a daring operation. Let's take a look at the tuner and you'll see what I mean about the intonation. Here is an open E string. Okay, it looks like it's pretty well in tune. When I go up to the 5th fret, it is definitely lower. Clearly flat. Let's do another note. Here's the 12th fret E. Not as low, but it's definitely not as good as the open E, right? Therefore, the distance between the nut and the 1st fret might be too short, and we need to make that distance a little bit longer. And now we're going to be removing all 6 strings to prepare for moving the nut. Okay, and now comes the part that's sure to make every guitar luthier out there cringe. My very unprofessional chisel here, which is really just an X-Acto blade. What I'm really more worried about is I don't want to break the nut into pieces. He's destroying his guitar. Alright. Don't want to break the nut, and I don't want to take out large hunks of wood from the guitar. Yay, I got it off in one piece. I need to clean off this area here. This surface does not look or feel square to me, so I'm going to try to remove a little bit of material against the corner down there to make it more square. Okay, I'm going to try to use this as my spacer. This is just a tiny piece of a business card to pull this nut away from the 1st fret. Just that much. Okay, the fit is not as perfect as I would like it to be, but I think it's close enough that I'm ready to give it a try. So I'm going to put the strings back on it now and see what I think. So let's see what we've got up to this point. My high E string is pretty close in tune. At the 12th fret, it's just between 5 and 10 cents low. 1st fret, almost the same. 2nd fret, a little bit flat. 3rd fret, a little flat. 4th fret, and so on. So you can see by this point, now we're close to 5. Now we're close to 5 cents flat. Now what gets funny is, as you go higher, it improves. That's 15. It's right back to normal again. Okay, so what this tells me is that from 0 to 12, the tuning is slightly different than from 12 to the bridge. And right now I'm going to take some measurements and let's see what's going on with that. So measuring down to my 12th fret, well, it's a 13 3/4 plus a 16th, or maybe a half a 16th. Okay, so now we can take the second half from the 12th fret to the bridge, and that is definitely longer. We're looking at an extra 1/16 of an inch. The distance from the 12th fret to the bridge is ever so slightly longer than my 12th fret to the nut, where the string leaves. So I am going to increase the nut even further to make it closer to this distance. I have loosened the strings quite a bit. I did not use any glue to anchor this nut in place, so hopefully I can just move it with my thumbnails. Of course, I have to have pretty strong nails. Okay, yeah, it's moving pretty easily. Alright, so let me try to put a little spacer in there. These spacers are very crude and simple, just little tiny pieces of cardboard. I think this is about the right amount. Let's see if this will work. Okay, so now when I take measurements, yeah, I've just increased that about a 1/16 of an inch. I want to give it a try and see what we come up with. One more time. There's your E and 12th fret E. Okay, so a little improvement. Not quite what I wanted it to be more perfect, but... Well, I've got one more trick up my sleeve, and that is a spare bridge. The bridge that you've been watching me use is the one that I've been using for years, which I got from a luthier who made a compensated bridge for me for this very reason, because I was frustrated with the intonation even years ago. Okay, so we're going to put this underneath here. Okay, so here's a different bridge, which happens to be the old bridge. And I took measurements, and the distance between the nut and the 12th fret is now ever so slightly closer to the same as the 12th fret to the bridge is. So a tiny bit closer than before. Now we'll compare that to the 12th fret one more time. And it still seems a little flat at the 12th fret. Alright, now let's take a look at each fret one by one. So there's my open E, first fret, second fret, third fret, fourth fret, fifth fret, slightly better there, sixth fret, slightly better there, seventh fret, a little bit better there too. But I think I've got an improvement overall from where it was before, and I'm just going to go with this. Here's some major chords. It does sound a little better than before. G. I'm going to keep it with this setup for a while.